Hello guys. So I'm sitting in a situation that I pulled myself out of some years ago. About, at this point it would seem a year, but it's something that I have been enduring for about 15 years, where the conversation becomes debilitating to even attempt. And that much I can support emotionally and mentally as I push through, persevere, and make commitments that I am obligated by my own choice to follow through with, that are going to give me the stability and security that I had already obtained. And I'll go into that. But I would just like to let everybody know that no matter what you look like, no matter who you're born as, no matter what it is that you're intellectually able to contribute as you understand it, there are life circumstances that are unreasonable and outside of your control, but that is no excuse. I'm not giving excuse, and I'm not taking anything in my life as an excuse. I am identifying and acknowledging. But I will not allow people who attempt to use me as blame, use me as excuse, use me in accusation to continue to thrive off of my hardship without speaking it. And I will speak it, because there are so many living similar circumstances, but living them not by choice, but living them and not hearing that somebody sees, somebody knows. And I'm not placing myself above or below. I have to identify with myself. I have to be able to identify with my situation, and I have to be able to acknowledge my own efforts. But I do not do so and break others down. And I never will. And that is a fault in my character, it seems. But I'm stubborn and I'm hard-headed, and I will remain that way. Because I have hope. No matter what, I have hope that there is something that can change. I have hope that there are actual people out there who remember themselves, who had passion for their accomplishments, achievements, and have established themselves to make themselves available, to extend themselves to others, that they may understand living their strife, understanding their hardship, and knowing this may be a break for somebody else that I may have lived myself. I may have seen come to fruition around me. And I apologize, because like I always say, my stuff is not scripted, as in I don't write out what I communicate, but I would like to articulate and pronunciate respectably, appropriately, and properly, so that I can maintain who I am, who I almost lost. Who matters to me? I matter to me. And I'm not saying I matter above you, okay? But in my own stance, I don't appreciate to be seen as some sort of advantage. I'm not a benefit. I'm not a benefit. Okay, I'm not cash assistance. I'm not EBT. I'm not Easy Street. But I don't treat you that way, so I don't appreciate that being directed in my direction. And whether you like it or not, it will stop, because I speak. on my own behalf, and I speak to people with truth and heart, soul. And I do care about my mind and my body as well. But what I am enduring is not the same as the next person, but it is extremely important to realize where your own physical hindrance, your own mental instability, your own mentality is on you. And what you choose to do, that's on you. Just because I don't judge you doesn't mean judgment does not exist. And I experienced the same thing. And I'm not speaking neither here nor there. I'm identifying. Okay, I'm acknowledging. But I don't need to acknowledge the left side that's not catching a ball. Okay, honey, you're not speaking for me. You're trying to speak on me, speak at me, and spit on me. And it's not going to happen easy. And I won't let it. Because I'm not going to be in the situation I'm in. And I'm not going to encounter people with respect, self-respect, that give respect, and see that there is something different going on, where we're not trying to incite negative connotations upon somebody's presence. And I'm hoping beyond the Lord, I'm hoping in ourselves. Because at one point, in some point, we're going to have to realize that it's on us. That we were created in the Lord's eyes. We were created in His image. We were. In His image, we were created. That's right. But we don't hold ourselves to that. We don't live in the respect of that. And we find excuse to the fact that, okay, we are human. And that sin, temptation, and that stuff is private. So we're going to cut that conversation off, because that's just something you share when you meet somebody and you're in the middle of your own life and they're in their life, and either it's not a choice and it just happens, or you just so happen to need to let it out. It's respectable. It's an encounter. It's a life event or a moment in time that makes a difference, not in just your life for personal growth, but hopefully in others. And being mindful is not always easy. You know, holding back something that is emotional is never easy, especially when you find yourself broken in more than life choices, but outside factors and circumstances that do not allow for personal growth. So, as I have said, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter who you're born as, no matter what you're intellectually capable, you may find yourself in a predicament. And whether or not that is due to the factors that others want to claim, it's most likely not. And that I'm willing to speak on. So utilizing state resources that are reasonable. Right now it is cold blue. I don't want to see one individual outside in the freezing cold below 32 degrees. And it's more than I don't want. It is inhumane. And when I grew up in this state, I thought I was promised that my heart and soul, my mind, to what I understand, would make a difference. And if I don't get that difference, I will take it and I will make sure that it happens. And I will do so within my means, any way necessary, and in no way hostile, but extremely by the law. And in a sense, I would like to phrase it as coloring in the lines, as in I am obligated to follow expectation, but you will not easily place on me what others do not endure just because you think the example can be set on me and make a difference. That if it's set on me, everybody else will learn and understand they don't give a crap, because you're not doing it to somebody Or rather, you're not identifying with the fact that people need consequence, and those that do not see that. So doing onto somebody such as myself, properly in my own space, as I have reserved, with my own finances, as well as having proper financial support from somebody identified as my father. Whether or not we are biologically related, you will never find me laid on him. You never will. No matter what people want and think, I had made a choice a long time ago, and this is a hard conversation, to be celibate, and it did not matter. Because somewhere in between that, in what I realized that I needed from that, I thought in my head, I want to live. Okay? Considering what I'm going through physically, I thought it made sense to live once. I thought it would make sense for me, right? This is a luxury. Dating is a luxury, is it? And dating properly is a luxury, apparently. For who? How many women, and don't step up to the plate because you don't got it, were on their knees thinking, hot damn, this is the one. You guys don't got it. I wouldn't speak if I were you, because you don't got it. You can come at me with any inaccuracy, but you gotta be proud. At the end of the day, you gotta be proud because you made me who I am. And in a large sense, you gave me back who I am because you pushed so hard and you tapped on my forehead so hard, you said, wake up, and I did. So no matter what I endure, as I have to, I can take an empty promise. I'll eat it up, I'll shit it back out, and I'll send it through the sewer. They'll clean you. They'll recycle your shit. But me, I'm gonna utilize what is here within the state to build myself up and bring me to whatever point I am meant to be. And whether or not they understand that I do that myself, by foot, to transportation that's available to me, they're gonna have to realize I'm getting it done regardless. I'm doing for me. That's the hustle, that's the move. Okay, excuse me. You know, people didn't realize, like, yeah, I went and looked for a job, okay? They're like, Myrta, but your physical, yeah, bitch, shut the fuck up. We know, my physical is fucked. They're like, well, you know what, bitch? Your physical is not fucked up, but your mind ain't there to fucking be anything more than what you laid down to take up the ass. So, They're like, oh, Myrta, but they did to your kid. That I did not see. And I left her with a nurse and a 25-year retired Air Force soldier. So you tell me where I'm wrong. Where did I rely on the people that stole from me financially? You owe me. You lived on my money. Okay? The click-clack peanut crew in the back. Oh, but we did. How much do we have to turn upside down just to have you go to work at a school as a basic bitch? Honey, that should have just took a conversation. We shouldn't have had to turn the whole world upside down just so you can make it to work. Like, it's not the same here, obviously. Oh, well, I went to college and I finished and got my associates and bachelor's. But we don't even know if you finished K through 12. And my ass did not skim by, okay? I knew I had a GPA I can lay weight on in my senior year, and I didn't go to school for almost half of the year, and I take my GPA. It does not mean my intellect's not there. But we'll just go out of our way to hit a bachelor's too, and if you speak out your culo, boo-boo, We're going to see it, and I think we did. So for the rest of the people, they're like, oh, we're going to piggyback that. It's her fault. No, it's your fault too, because you're the same. In the far back, she's like, well, this one has her associates. She didn't do it herself. Nobody's jealous, honey, that another woman on the side, back of life, had to do your online classes so you can have an associate's in a position that we don't even know if it's real or fake. Is it real or fake? We don't give a shit. But you made it. But you made it. I'm living right with myself. And I'm living right with people around me. But you're not going to take advantage of me easily. Not no more. Yeah, we'll see is right. We'll see is right. Because when you talk out your mouth and you don't know what you're saying and you want to claim threat on one end, but you want to claim I am what it is and I know what I got, it don't make no sense when you just speak sideways. Pick your ass up. I'm not judging you. And you don't got no right to judge me. Because if you think I can, I can. But I don't. Because I'm holding myself somewhere else in life. And if you don't respect it, you ain't got no respect. And that's easy to see.